Wait, is... Whoa, 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 whoa! Was that Lancer? That is... Guys, that is Lancer from Fate State. Wait a minute! Holy shit, what? Hello everyone, this is Sonic Sam. And it's finally time. We've been waiting for this for literally a year. Before I started remaking my Lancelot cosplay and everything, I was waiting for the Fate collab. This is the patch where they talk about it and we get into it. I am so excited. I went out of my way not to look at any links, any leaks, any like true gameplay, and any type of traits in terms of like how they play and how they're gonna be. I'm assuming they're gonna be utterly broken, which I'm excited about. I want them to be broken, especially for my beloved Saber, my beloved Fate series. And yes, I am the Fate guy. Don't look at Mr. Pokey and be like, oh, Mr. Pokey screamed really loud. He was such a big fan. No, he isn't. He doesn't know anything about the Fate series. He's even said he knows nothing about the Fate series. Basically nothing. I didn't even scream like that when they showed the Saber gameplay. I didn't even scream. So, let's watch it from someone who's an actual Fate fan. Someone who's watched the original Fate, Dean anime, read the full visual novel back in the day when it mattered, who literally owns, let me show you, who owns the actual PlayStation 2 visual novel, the source material. Everything for Fate starts right here. Right here. You see that? Everything's starting right the hell there. I have all of it. 90% of my anime merch is Fate related. If there's anyone who loves Fate, it's me, okay? So, let's watch this because my beloved Saber deserves all the love she's gonna get here. So, let's go. They better do these characters justice. Do not ruin this for me, Honkai Star Rail. Okay, come on now. Show me the good stuff.
神々よ、ご覧ください。オンパロスは勝利を収め、再創期が間もなく訪れます。しかし、本当にそうでしょうか。
最近、エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても、再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
新世界は必ず訪れる。黎明を灯す。
I wonder if the main story is actually be part of it with the Fate characters. I'm actually really curious. Oh, that was really clean. Here he is. Here's the boy. Wait, is Panda going? Wait, hold. Wait, is... Whoa. Was that Lancer? That is... Guys, that is Lancer from Fate State. Wait a minute. Holy shit, what? That was Lance. That was True Lancer from fucking Fate Stay Night, right? That was him. Dude, that is Lancer. That is Lancer. That staff, that hair, that's Lancer. No way. Is he gonna be a full... I need to see this. Dude, that's Lancer. No fucking way. Holy shit. I didn't think it was gonna be any of the Fate characters. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's fucking True Lancer. He's literally... Oh my god. He's literally right the fuck there. There he is. This is the shit your eyes are not gonna get from Mr. Pokey. I actually know the lore. He's the Lancer class servant from the anime. He's here, but why the hell is he here? And why is he? It looks just like him. Even has his gay bulge, which is his noble phantasm weapon. It's right there. He's right there. What the fuck? I was not ready for this. I thought it was just Saber and Archer. Oh my god. My dick is so hard right now. I need to go back. Okay, that looks so fucking sick. Whoa! Wait a minute! Hold on, did Robin have the command spells? If you don't know, these are the command spells that is used to basically have ownership over the servant, pretty much. This is a fate related thing, so I can't believe Robin has it. I hope Robin has Saber as her servant, because that would be amazing. But yeah, no, literally, see, you're not gonna get this from Mr. Pokey. Like, you're just not. I know the lore of this shit. I've been following this lore for the last like 10 years. I love this shit. I want to see if that's an actual playable character. I need to fucking know. Oh my god, that was so hype.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello!
Owlbert.
It was subtitled okay.
Whether or not you have a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone.
What's Saber? I want to see her English voice actor. I wish she chose English voice actor. I hope it's the same guy. This guy's been voicing Lancer for the longest time. He's a great voice actor. I hope they got him in there.
I'm Anaxagoras.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else.
Me too, me too.
Where you left off had my heart racing.
The burning sky and the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth, so what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Finan is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that all that's happened in Amphoris is not as simple.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what the hell this is about. In terms of the main story. The main story right now has been kind of lame to me, so I haven't really been paying attention. But apparently this is a big deal. I don't know much about this. But this is the guy who's been kind of like the poster boy for this, so I'm curious to kind of see it, but the face stuff's gonna have it for me. Like, honestly.
As it seems.
Indeed. For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Aranova.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygist doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphoreus is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Lygis is one of them.
Oh, you're exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphoreus is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's Aranova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Aranova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphoreus. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Aranova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Aranova...
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Finan and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphoreus. They'll be returning to the battlefield with a very important...
Okay, I hope they try to connect the story with the fate stuff. Like, please do something with it. If it's just a side thing, that's gonna be so lame. Make it like, oh, since they went too far, dimensions are colliding, and this is why the fake characters are here. Like, that's what I want. Make it part of the story. I want that lore to be part of my fate lore a little bit, you know? Let me make a lore that you guys suck at doing. Let me make it better with the fate stuff, alright? Please.
mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Finan. That Finan we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Maybe that Finan isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. But I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoreus' true nature.
Before, As I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's
Okay,
turned into
okay,
some kind
yeah.
of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphoreus' secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True!
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live.
Thank God. Listen, the story for this one has been really lame, and there was literally, what was it, the patch with the purple girl with what's her name, the one that had the passive, the global passive. Man, that was such a long. And the introduction to the new area was so long. You guys, it like lost me halfway through. So thank God. There's some things you could just tell just aren't worth listening to. And if you can't keep my attention after introducing a new area well, then it's clearly you. Because even Penacoli had a lot of talking, but I was at least interested in what was happening, you know? Nothing here was that interesting. Yeah, gods and this stuff, but putting all this god and power stuff in front of us doesn't make a good story. Sometimes makes it kind of lame and kind of hard to relate to.
In version 3.4. Story dialogue can now be skipped by section with plot summaries and the main characters.
Thank you! See, that's perfect plot summary. Especially if I feel like it's not great, then I click the skip and it says this is what's gonna happen. I can just read it and I probably will get more out of the reading part than I will when actually playing the game. Thank you.
Displayed along the way. Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function. Stay tuned! But of course, as we move into version 3.4, we shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here.
It better have some face stuff in it.
Give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome.
Yay!
Nice.
I can't wait to dive into the new story already.
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Viden and take a look at his story together.
I can't wait for the face. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't care about any of these new characters. It was like Panicoy where I enjoyed everybody, even Sunday. I mean, he looks cool. Very traditional swordsman. But there's no way he's gonna take the hype away from the fake collab. There's just no way. Wait, what the fuck? What? Oh, okay, maybe he just has a... Okay, I mean, that looks kind of sick. I will admit, that looks kind of sick. I'm assuming it's just an ultimate. Just like the purple girl was. Okay, I mean, that looks gorgeous. That all looks really pretty. On my 4K monitor, that's gonna look absolutely gorgeous. It's going to. Okay? Anyways. Yeah, see, it was an ultimate. Who cares?
What in the world happened to Finan to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
Cause he's destruction.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysos heirs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success, by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Finan like before he joined the Flame Chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the Flame Chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
It was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore ID's Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finan's past, how he became a warrior, joined the flame chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphoris needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphoris are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Finan make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then, let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take a look at how Finan performs in battle.
Okay, this
You got
is
it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finan can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finan will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After
Wait, a
transforming,
territory?
Finan powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat
Whoa!
and can't take action.
Whoa! What is this?
While he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
Where's the team? Yeah.
Worries.
He has like a
All
super
the
helper.
talents and buffs from Finan's teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly.
Wait, did
After
we just
using
become the
core flames
boss?
to
What the
transform,
hell?
I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of
What the
titans.
fuck?
Creation, Calamity, and Foundation. Each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up,
He just became the
Finan will
boss.
release
What the
one
hell?
final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Finan's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Finan instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all enemies? That's nuts.
Of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Finan's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
I see.
Alright, now that we've wrapped up Fighting's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and
Yes,
King
the
Ryu
mobs for
are
them.
all
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
some serious enhancements.
Let's go!
Happening.
Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Get to the good stuff.
Let's
Come
start with
on. I want to see my faith
After
stuff.
the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh, so it's AoE now, not single target.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Next up, Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces,
I never really used the dot teams, so I don't know if this is really good. But pretty much Silverwolf just became the better Pela, which is fine because Pela's a 4-star and she was like the best 4-star we had. Now she'll kind of be power crept a little bit, but if you're a C6 Pela, then it's fine, you know.
the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, was that gonna save her?
Now
Probably
for
not.
Blade. After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade
Ooh,
enters the
okay.
Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good
Which thank
observation.
God, because he was so
Blade
bad
will
for
have
such
to
a long
jiggly
time.
around. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP.
Oh,
Each time a
what?
teammate loses
What?
HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output
That is
climbs
sick.
even
I am
higher.
so hyped for that. I forgot that was coming.
Sure are getting
Holy
some solid
shit.
upgrades.
That's actually pretty
But with
sick.
all these
Holy
ability
shit, okay.
rewards, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
Interesting,
But what if someone
interesting.
wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely. So choose whichever version. you
All
choose.
right.
For more details,
Ice Mommy,
be sure to keep an
you
eye
never
out
left my
for
sight.
official
Mwah.
announcements.
Sounds good.
I'm so hyped. I'm
Aside
so
from the
hyped.
ability
That was
rewards,
actually pretty good.
One more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit, Spring Missive, is
Wait,
making
what?
its debut.
New outfit?
Look at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Oh, let me see. She better be. Oh, she's gonna be this. Oh no. Honkai Starro, don't do this to me. Even Sam got a new. Okay. I'm so fucking in.
With her
We're so
scullion
in.
voice, Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
She better be wearing her cute panties under there too, okay? I'm just saying she better be. But I can't believe even her other outfit, her Sam form got a change. That's sick. I'm genuinely
That
impressed.
firefly-shaped brooch on her chest. You can tell she put a lot of thought into picking it out.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow
They know
hunters.
who was making money
Well,
for
Miss
this game.
Kafka
They
does have
know.
an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric Shards. And again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements.
That was pretty good.
Next,
That guy surprised me.
let's take a look at this version's banners. In version 3.4's first half warp event,
But where's the
Trailblazers can
Fate
acquire
stuff?
the limited
What the
5-star
hell?
character Finest.
I'm waiting for Fate.
The
Come on
limited
now.
5-star light cone, thus burns the dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance.
Listen, Lancer Chu, if he better be a playable character and he better be a 4-star, because this game desperately needs 4 stars.
Story's next page is being added to the first half banner. At the same time, we'll also kick off a special warp event. The limited 5-star characters, Treevee, Sunday, and Sparkle are coming back.
I don't care. I
5-star
don't
light
care.
cones, If Time Were a Flower, a grounded ascent, and Earthly Escapade will return as well. In the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events.
But where's my
Limited
Fate
5-star
collab?
characters,
Where's my
Firefly,
Saber?
Jingliu, and
Where is
Blade
she?
will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword and the unreachable side.
Mm-hmm. 2 of our newly buffed old friends are making a comeback in this version.
Praise.
What about Kafka
Praise
and
be.
Silverwolf?
Praise
Here's a
be.
little sneak peek. Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And the limited 5-star light cones, Patience is All You Need, and Incessant Rain will rerun as well.
Nice!
Also, 8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the Nameless Honor Rewards in version 3.4.
How about you just release some new characters?
I see
Okay,
quite a
Star
few
Rail.
familiar faces
Come
on the
here
light
now.
cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos Heirs.
Looks like Finan really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's mattress. Can't beat that level of comfort.
For sure.
All right, let's take a quick break. There's still more version 3.4
No!
content coming.
Show me the
Don't
good
wait.
shit. Please, dear God.
Clash is about to return.
Show it to
in
me.
version
We know why
3.4.
we're here. You know why I'm here.
Cute match
Come
three
on.
game?
That's
Please,
right.
please.
The Corporation has officially
Please.
sponsored
Please.
Bird Clash.
Show her,
Promote the
please.
arcade game
Show her what
for
she
better joy and
deserves.
flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course. This time, the 2 players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4 or more fruits to form bombs and obtain extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Please.
Oh no.
Please.
Individual
Alright, come on.
As long as you pick the right item.
I don't care about your Candy Crush game. You know why we're here. You know why we're here. Please.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Class will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns as usual in version 3.4.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna use them, but
The
still.
Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the
Okay.
planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ah, why did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game.
Yes, please,
The annual
something.
Hoyo Fest Off-White Exhibition.
What
will
about
begin
this?
in July.
What about
This year's
this?
event venues have been completely upgraded.
Come
And the
on.
events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July.
Right.
Come
They do
visit
it
the
every
Star Rail
year.
booth and
Right.
claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo,
Okay.
featuring several
Yes.
special guests.
The only one here careful is that Trash Taste because they're pretty good. I enjoy Connor. He's a great voice actor and he's just a cool guy.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see.
Please.
Almost out of time.
Please.
Moving on to our next show.
Please.
In just a sec.
You seem mighty
Come
busy,
on.
Albert.
Come on. I'm so ready.
I am a professional super host.
What's going on?
Oh, goodness, Albert.
Yes. That's the summoning circle. Yes. Please. Come on. I'm so ready. Oh, please tell me I'm getting something special for this. Oh. Yes. So those are the 7 class servants in every Holy Grail world. We have let's do it right. Here's Berserker. Here's Caster, Archer, Saber, Lancer, and actually Rider and then Assassin. My apologies. Almost forgot Rider. I couldn't tell from the way he looked right here, but that's Assassin for sure. I'm so hyped, guys. If you want to know anything about Fate, just ask me. I basically could recite to you the whole lore of this series while drunk, okay? And probably on multiple substances. I know this thing by heart. I love this series. This is my child. This is what got me into anime. This is what threw me off the deep end. It will always be my beloved series. It's the Fate series. It always will be.
Not your world as the concept of a Holy Grail. Welcome to the live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Yes.
Long time
Yes.
no see, everyone. I'm
Yes.
Aventurine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Son of a gun.
Shut
that's
up.
funny.
You shut up.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience?
Please, show me.
Explain what you meant by
Show our boy Lancer,
summoned by
show
the Holy
him.
Grail
Show
and
the
why
boy.
you've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail.
I really hate
War.
that it's not
Sounds like a
kind of
Holy
part of the main
Grail war's
story
taking
already.
place in
I wish it was.
Sweet Dream.
That's right, but I have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can
Yeah.
manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a mage-craft ritual.
So I'm actually really excited. I wonder if this is going to be a 2-part event because in the Holy Grail world, there's usually 7 servants. We saw 3. We saw Archer, Saber, and then we saw Lancer. Where's the other ones? So I wonder if this is going to be a 2-part collab where this time is this and then they're going to show, and then maybe another patch and a half later, we're going to get more Faker. I'm so interested. I hope they make a big story about this and we get surprised that there's more fake characters coming in the future and it becomes a longer event. I will be so excited.
For obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That dadgum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they gonna attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely gonna want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers. I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants.
Yes,
And the
sir.
final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate.
Oh my god, they just did the Fate meme. So if you don't know, in the original Face Day Night, there was a meme that's literally called. I'll even show you. Fate. People die when they are killed. Hey, look, see, it literally came up. Look at this. This is the meme right here. This is the meme. People die if they are killed. Or people die when they are killed. This is the meme. This is the biggest Fate meme like ever from the original Fate. So they did a reference to it. It's like the classic meme.
So, someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, these Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production.
And that was just because that was the original Dean anime, which was the one we have right here. We have it right here, where the can you? There you go. Where even the subtitles weren't very good because this is old anime stuff, real old anime stuff.
True.
When I was
I
younger.
swear that no one's life will be in danger.
Oh, they're also playing the Fate music in the background. Oh,
Watch in peace.
Yes.
All right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacony.
Okay, so there's 7 mages that summon 7 servants, and basically, without the servant, they can't participate, and without the master, the servant can't participate. So I'm assuming there's gonna be 7 actual masters. So this is gonna be real interesting. They're actually making this to an actual very lore friendly thing. So I'm curious. It seems like Robin's gonna have Saber, but I wonder who the main character is gonna have. I'm really curious. This is gonna be real interesting, and I think Blue Hill is gonna have Lancer just because they were fighting with each other. So this is gonna be really interesting. I'm generally gonna sit down and have conversations about the Fate series, just in general about this stuff.
Superstar, the Soul Glad festivity. Our dear Trailblazer will be participating.
Oh!
Right,
so
obviously.
The Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also
Robin?
be a part
It's
of
gonna be
this
another
war.
master,
As
okay?
another Penaconian shareholder.
Oh, no!
This corporation's
I wonder if they add Gilgamesh and this guy has Gilgamesh. Oh my god, it's gonna be wild. Oh my god.
strategic investment department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill will
Boot Hill,
also participate
obviously.
in this
Okay, who else?
Grail War.
Actually, I wonder if Acheron would be one. I want to say it's Acheron, maybe Sunday, and you know what? I would be down to have. No, it'd probably be someone from Penacony. That's a good one. There's a few characters that could have it. Even though I think Acheron would be a good character for that, and maybe the guy who no, he died in the lore, so probably not. I can't even think of the 7th person. I feel like I got the most important people in Penacony.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boot Hill really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Who else?
Apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants
yeah,
that
come on.
we've been looking
Come
forward
on.
to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course. Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive.
Oh,
on
and
the
there's not gonna
Grail
be
Summon
there's not gonna be 7 masters?
in
Come
this Holy
on.
Grail
Come
War.
on.
They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
Dude, I can't believe Lance is gonna
That's what
be
I'm
here.
talking about. Now, I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay
Lancer better be a playable character. I would be so mad if he isn't.
big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold, in
That's
the
a beautiful
scenes in the
wallpaper.
Holy
I
Grail
want that
War,
so bad.
Who will forge a contract with who? Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's a reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams, and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th.
Yes.
Keep an eye out for it.
Yes. When is that?
Now let's learn more about Saber and Archer.
Oh yeah.
Two heroic
I want to see their
spirits
kids.
from another world.
They better be hella sick.
Saber's dress seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right.
That makes sense.
The King of Knight's new outfit was personally
So that actually makes sense for the lore. So when a servant gets summoned, depending on when they get summoned, they will automatically learn the language, learn the customs, and learn some few other things that kind of help them adjust to the what era they get summoned in. Because some of these servants are heroic spirits like Hercules, where they can be coming to like our current modern era to we're in the future, right? So they need to be able to adapt. So when they get summoned by the Holy Grail, they help them adapt. So that's why sometimes some of these characters could have a different outfit. They usually sometimes will get summoned in a different outfit to adapt, you know, so on. And then there's some, it's not a for sure rule, but it has happened several times in the lore where that has happened and so on. But there's also been times where they got summoned, they had to dress them up. But then there was also exceptions where if the master who summoned the servant was a poor master, they weren't able to have a lot of these extra perks. So it does, lore wise, it does make sense that she's, you know, in this outfit because Penacony is a festival related thing. So of course they would make sure she doesn't stand out.
designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As
Hell
for how
yeah.
she looks in the game, well,
Oh, of course she's gonna be eating food. If she didn't eat food, I'd be really mad. So if you don't know, servants don't have to eat to really survive. That's not a thing. But Saber loves to eat. She loves eating food. It's one of the only things she likes to still do, even though she's a servant and she doesn't demand food. She does enjoy eating, and it's everywhere. She loves food. So I love that they put that in there. Thank you very much. Very happy. Very pleased. Very pleased. Oh, I love the aura forming with this character. Oh. Oh, I look the invisible air. So when she's hiding her Excalibur, since if people saw the weapon, they would know what heroic spirit she is, which you don't want to know if you're fighting against a war against other people. And when all the stuff she was doing beforehand, that was her invisible air. It's when she uses I forgot exactly the lore significant, but it's basically a wind that covers her weapon, and she's able to use it in battle. But it basically just conceals her weapon. She makes it go away when she's ready to conceal her weapon and use her main thing, and when she's obviously not trying to hide her weapon. These are all significant things, by the way. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Did she have another form when she ulted?
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Yeah, hell
Looks
yeah.
like
Hell yeah.
Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
that's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following
Right,
the path
right.
of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when
Oh,
she
Dragon
hits battle.
Resurrection Core,
If she
okay.
uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle. When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights.
What's crazy? These are actual legit names from the Fate visual novels and books. So in the Fate visual novel, like, when you were a mage, you were able to kind of see like a character page of each servant when you would see them with your mage abilities, right? So that was a legit thing. So at any point in the visual novel, which is the one right here, you were able to stop at any time and go to an actual character page where you'll be able to see the details about each character and their stats and stuff. Obviously, depending on what part of the story you were at, some of that stuff would be blanked out because for spoiler reasons, obviously. And then more your character, you played the game, which was a visual novel, it will show you more. A lot of these things are actual names from the source material, like invisible air, you know, stuff like that. These are all the names they will use to talk about her weapons. The invisible air is the air that's covering her weapon and concealing it because it looks invisible. And it is invisible technically. It's keeping it people from seeing it because obviously she's King Arthur, and if people knew she was, it would be really obvious how to defeat her and just how she is. Because if you want to beat your enemy, knowing who they are can make a big difference.
Basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's
Okay,
damage.
okay. Where's
In
his
other
way?
words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance.
She's the ultimate
and increases her own
conductor.
damage dealt.
Perfect way to do this character. Honkai Star Rail. I like it. I like it.
Around her sword, releasing high pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack
God, it really is a
into
beautiful ultimate.
enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain
See,
amount of
since she used Excalibur, there's no reason to hide her weapon anymore because they obviously already know who she is because she said the name of her great weapon, which is Excalibur, right? Oh, Calibur. So I'm like, that's a very nice touch. I like how they used the lore to make up this character's kit. I approve Honkai style well. Really good job.
core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does the sword bear the
Oh, she's not gonna have an English voice actor at all. That's an interesting choice. It kind of makes sense because, you know, she would have probably came in the Japanese era because Fate Night of Little Big Books, they got summoned to Fuku City, which was, you know, in Japan, obviously. Heavily was caught in Japan. So, okay. That makes sense. She got summoned. She'd be, you know, from the... Okay, fine. Lore-wise, I can't accept that.
It's past, present, and future.
I was hoping
But it
for the
also
English voice
represents
actor
the
for
noble
Saber,
ideal
but that's
that was
okay.
held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. Whew. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Okay. I'm not into a little too much of Archer. He's not really a heroic spirit. He's a little more different. It's a lot more complicated. And if you plan to watch this series, I don't want to say too much about who he is, just because it is quite a spoiler. I don't want to ruin that. If you do want to check out the Fate series, which I recommend you do, great series. I recommend starting from Fate Zero and going to Fate Unlimited Playbooks. That's what I would recommend if you do want to watch this series. You know, Fate Zero is kind of the beginning, and then Fate Stay Night Unlimited Playbooks is kind of the... So basically, they started with the Fate Stay Night, and then they went backwards and forward afterwards, pretty much with the series. So if you want to watch the series, you can start with Unlimited Playbooks, but if you want to heavily try to get into the series, start with Fate Zero and then go to Unlimited Playbooks.
Seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail war very much. He put on a new outfit too.
Yeah, he looks
even changed where
sick.
his accessories go.
He looks
Those
sick.
decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look. The sharp
Yes.
contrast, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure.
I want to talk about
The
this, but I
combination of
can't.
the long
There's so much
trench coat with
spoilers here.
skin-tight
But he's a great
combat gear
character. I've cosplayed this
emphasizes
character
his
for like
lean
2-3
figure
years.
and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
Okay, let's see his kit. He's very spammy. Oh, don't tell me he's gonna fight with other people's weapons. Oh, okay, I was about to say, I was about to get hype. Holy shit. Okay, he's using all his traditional stuff. His two swords, his main art bow. Oh, I didn't do his full chant. That's kind of lame, but that's okay. That's fine. It would have been sick if he used a bunch of people's weapons to fight. That would have been hot.
Unlimited blade works? Oh,
But that's
quite
okay.
Impressive indeed.
It was fine.
After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one
So
designated...
this is the name of his weapons, Konshu and Bakugu. It's how this is a Japanese name. I'm butchering them, but they represent the balance, the light and the dark. You know, that I'm not gonna say that's really too much for this lore. That's just cool thing he did lore wise for the weapons and what they represent. So I'm just helping you there. But so those are the names of his weapons.
enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill...
Kaladodberg. So basically, Archer's main thing in the show is that his main power is that he uses projection. He is able to project weapons. He's able to create people's weapons and use them, basically. Of course, they're fake copies of the original, but he uses them in unique ways. Like this is usually a long, like piercing weapon. It's not usually an arrow, but he literally twists it down and then shoots it like an arrow. But it's usually a pretty big like spear. It's really interesting. That's why it's called a fake spiritual sword and so on. That's why I thought it was going to be really interesting if he was going to project a lot of other people's weapons from Honkai Star Rail and use them in combat. That would have been probably the most amazing thing, honestly. But obviously, it wouldn't really do justice to the character, even though I thought it would. It would be a little. Honestly, even his ultimate should have kind of did that, or he should have been a follow-up character, or depending on who attacks, he gets to use a similar weapon they use and follow attack with them. That would have been really sick. They kind of missed the nail on that one, but he does look really cool. So
points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to one designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill.
Oh.
And he can continue to use his skill
Oh,
until he runs out
shit.
of skill points.
okay.
The more times he
Okay.
uses skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't use the noble phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic
Unlimited
chant
blade.
to activate.
So this is his trump card. It's a reality model, a world where he has basically all his projections in one place. Everything he's ever projected is in this location. He's able to use them. It's awesome. Usually to use a reality model usually costs an insane amount of mana, you know. And of course, you know, plot armor and such. But no, it's really cool. But this was probably one of the coolest things for me when I saw this as a kid. It's really sick.
Limited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special...
Okay, so Mind's Eye True is a passive ability which allows him to slightly kind of like predict the future or able to see like something that's about to happen before it happens. It helps him basically kind of like dodge stuff and so on. Saber has something like that too. It's called Instinct. everything. So I thought it was cool. These are all very cute little names they use. I'm assuming a lot of their constellations are gonna have unique little names and stuff, or add-ons gonna have cute little names that are gonna go back into the thing. I will do a lot of videos. I'm gonna be making so many Fate related Honkai Star Wars videos talking about lore and stuff, so a lot of my Fate fans can just drool over each other off this.
Charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
That's very
In that
sick.
case,
Very
there's
sick.
no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will...
And I don't know if you noticed there, the swords are actually breaking there too when he throws them, because these weapons have been known to break real easy when he's fighting, and he's able to just completely make more. So much so that a lot of characters like, I've broken your swords how many times? You have more? You know, like Lancer and him have a conversation like that, and he's like, I counted, I broke so many of your blades, and you still have more coming. What's going on here, you know? Kind of, you know, implying that Archer is able just to create these.
deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction.
Very cool,
I
okay.
have big news for everyone. From when the collab
Okay, and this is that you get him for free.
event starts on July 11th
Thank you.
and until
Thank
the
you.
end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
We hope that, under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
How about that?
It's been some good
Free
stuff
new
so
limited
far.
5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
Wow.
Wait, what?
Awesome.
But let's keep our eyes on the present for now.
Oh.
I'm not quite done yet.
Oh, who else? I swear it's gonna be another Fate character. Just feels like there's gonna be 2 rounds of this, where we're gonna see another few servants, and probably like half of them are gonna be 4 stars, and like it'll be like Gilgamesh or something's gonna be the main like 5-star or something. It just feels like that, you know?
Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how thoughtful.
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, now let's check out the banner details. Once the collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use
That's so good. So this is when King Arthur, or you know, Arthur Pendragon, which is her true name, not just King Arthur. The moment she pulled the stone, there's a reason why here she looks really young, but you notice she doesn't look that much different than she is here. That's because when she grabs the sword out of the stone, Avalon, which is the sheath of the sword, makes it where she's no longer able to age nothing. She's not able to. I mean, she can take damage, but she heals from it. You know, the legend Avalon. You know, the legend from King Arthur. So that's why she looks very similar, even though she's really young here. It's because, well, she stopped aging at some. She stopped aging because when she pulled the sword from the stone. And also, what's also interesting is that's the main reason why no one could tell she was a woman, because, well, she didn't really get much breasts. And if you see her original armor she's usually in, you can't really tell. She has herself very covered, so you could not very easily tell that she was a woman. Which is a big plot point in the whole King Arthur lore. But of course, this is the anime thingy. But they stay pretty close to the actual lore of King Arthur, which is very cool. And technically, if you want to get technical, we could assume the King Arthur might have been a woman. You know, she could have been a woman, could have been a man. You know, even though that's getting in some folklore for the King Arthur legend, she was clearly a man, but in some she could have not been. You know, it's hard to say. I'm assuming it was a man, but this is just cool. This is nice little lore bits I like. Thank you very much.
RL special passes in the character collaboration warps, Excalibur Excelsior, and the bone of my sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. And the light cone.
The hell I just burned. Oh, I want to talk about this, but this is all just lore stuff and spoiler stuff for whatchamacallit for Face Day Night. I won't spoil too much. Even though he's a very cool story, very unique character, he was, as a young kid, this was such a cool character. I really like this character very much. Archer is a great carrier. Great carrier. So, I can't talk much about this. This is very cool.
You can get the limited 5-star light cone, A Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star light cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the light cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and light cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
Does long-term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star light cones?
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nuts!
And they'll probably do that because they know the collab's gonna never probably come back at some point. But it also makes you think, I wonder if there's gonna be more stuff coming.
Here's one more piece of news for you all. Throughout the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazer spend the designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star light cone, The Hell Where Ideals.
Oh, that's sick! So you don't have to roll for Archer's light cone at all. If you're rolling for Saber, you can just get the light cone. That's awesome. Good shit.
Burn.
Throughout all of version 3.4? In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us.
Yeah! Woo!
Then,
Let's go!
hear their special messages.
Let me see.
これからマスターになる開拓者
Hello
の
to
皆
all
さん、
traders
こんば
out
んは。
there.
セーバー役のカスメ役です。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間も
Oh my gosh, she's such good. I keep forgetting. It's been a while since I watched the English sub, but man, the Saber voice actor is really good. I keep forgetting how good she is as this character. She really, this is exactly what I always imagine Saber sounds like, and that's probably because I watched the Dean anime and they do such a good job.
開
Man,
催ということで、
I
私
just
も
can't.
とてもワクワクしています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は、厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い、新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。
Oh, don't say that.
多くは
You're gonna be
話さないのです
crying.
が、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。
I really do
この
too.
コラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。
Oh
それでは
man.
最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスター。
Oh, I love that.
これからマスターになる開拓者の
Oh,
皆さん、
that's so good.
フ
The
ェイトステイ
line.
ナイトで
The
アーチャー
line.
を担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。
They really are. They look great. They really do.
今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。
He's gonna say a
これ
line?
はまた
とんでもないマスターに引き当てられたもの。
Yes! These are all the original lines they said when they were summoned in the original source material. I love it. I fucking love it. I'm so chubbed right now.
Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration.
That was sick.
We would like to
I'm so
express
mad
our
that Lance
sincere
doesn't look like.
gratitude to Mr.
I'm so mad that
Kinoshita.
Lance doesn't seem like he's gonna be playable. But I hope there's gonna be another part of this. There has to be. This is. To have Lancer there and not use him seems insane.
Nasu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest
Yeah,
final stages
Nasu!
to final implementation.
The legend,
And
the
thank
boy.
you to the animation production committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate's Day Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
Wait, is he? They're talking about Lance. Wait a minute.
Goddess of beauty is
Oh, they were talking about Lancer, weren't they?
the
There?
most peerless beauty of them all.
Ah, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it.
Oh,
After the sweet
I was.
dreams of the
I'm
Holy
dumb.
Grail
Never
War
mind. I'm dumb.
The genius
That was a
screw-up
dumb moment.
made some
I was
modifications
like, what?
to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate's Day Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends in intense what? V1? V1 battles! Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Oh, they kind of did their own little
Is there a
mini
smart way
squirrel
to
world.
beat
Okay.
your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs.
So I wonder if they're gonna use the class system from their Fate mobile game, where some classes are good into other classes. So I wonder if they're gonna do that. This is really interesting.
You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them.
Isn't it crazy? I never usually care about any of these bets, but I'm so invested just because it's Fate related, and I can like really put something I like into it. Anything seems more fun when it's on a fandom or on something based on something you enjoy. Like I love the Fate. I'll basically play anything that's Fate related. I will always give it a chance just so I can have those moments in my heart, you know?
2. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble.
These are the actual noble phantasm for all these characters, basically, or they're like weapons. Like the gem is archers. The rule breaker here is casters right here, who is Medea, and that's Gage Borg. That is Lancer's noble phantasm. So very cool. I like it.
Phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat,
The command spells.
Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh?
They really went hard on the lore here, and I love it. This is gonna drive so many Faith fans to play this game, and most Faith fans are already watching the porn and playing the really bad mobile game. This will be such a big jump for them.
Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. Higher the corruption level,
Okay.
the more points you
I see
earn
what you're
when you
doing.
win.
I see
Heads
what
up,
you're doing.
Raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength
Obviously.
is toned down.
So this is for the people that are probably coming straight new into this collab event or whatever, or most likely is what's happening, so they can still enjoy the game because they're not going to have many characters to begin with. And definitely not the characters needed to have their best in slot teams. So that makes sense.
This way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly.
Right.
Production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle
Shut
action.
up!
And score
I hate
yourself
it.
some
I
stellar
hate it.
jades and other awesome
These are all the most generic Fate memes ever. Like, oh, I hope they stay the night. I'm like, stop. Stop.
rewards.
I can't.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Nice, 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 nice.
Big thanks again to our 2 guests.
That
Wraps up today.
I can't believe Lance is not gonna be a playable character. Why show it? Oh, I'm so pissed off. So pissed off.
Collab update.
So pissed off.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers. So Trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Oh, this is the music they're playing is so good. This is actually legit full on just music from the Fate Stay Night soundtrack, and it's great. Great artwork. Man, show me something. No. I hate you. Yeah, no, that was pretty good. I'm very happy with what I saw. I was hoping they were going to surprise us and be like, yeah, so here's a bunch of 4-star playable characters you're going to be playing as. Here's all the characters. I would have been like, holy shit, that explains why it took a year. It was good. It was so very good. I, as a Fate fan, enjoyed that. You notice how much more excited I got after it all came. It was just, man, I am so goddamn excited for that. I really am. I can't wait to make so many Fate-related lore videos talking about the lore and how these little things means. Like, I hope their add-ons have things to do with the Fate universe so I can talk about it. Because I love this series. You guys don't understand. This is it. This is my end game. This is my heroin addiction. I love this shit. I love the Fate series. I literally cosplay a character till this day from the Fate series. I love this series so much, and they're always doing things. Yeah, the mobile game isn't very good, but I still played it for a good long while, like several years before dropping it, and I still read the lore of it constantly because it's still going on and it's still making quite a bit of money in Japan. If you haven't gotten to the Fate series, I recommend trying giving it a chance. It's really, really good. Very deep lore, very likable characters. It gives a lot of animes a run for its money, and it has so much tales you can enjoy in so many different ways. I promise you, one of the great things about this series that every character is meaningful, so you never really feel like there's not going to be a character you enjoy. There will be a character that you will enjoy. And being able to watch these heroic folklore characters, you know, be in our world and interact, and you kind of like figuring out who's what, who's who. It's just great. It's crack. It's digital crack, and I'm all in. Thank you everyone for being here. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff that you guys have always been doing. And remember guys, there's only 2 peoples in this world, but there's only one saber. I'll see you next time.